All right. Well, I'm not done with Assassin's Creed Shadows yet, and I deserve it because I'm just about done with talking about this game. I think it deserves a royal fucking trompsing by Tycho Dragon, the one and only. So, it's time to go over the facts, the figures, the truth of why Assassin's Creed Shadows failed so fucking miserably. And it was kind of beautiful because as a fan of Assassin's Creed games, it just, you know, it just, and many people, it just pisses you off just that little bit that they would have decided to wokeify something that could have been so amazing and threw so many people like myself off of this game and, really hurt the franchise. So let's go over it. So let's start with the stock. Now, unless you're an absolute retard, you would know that if a product was selling well and did successfully, that stock prices would go up. I mean, it's basic economics. Now, Assassin's Creed Shadows released only a month ago. It feels like it's been out for a couple of years, and that's just because of its announcement that, just kind of came from the fact that, you have all this shit coming up here. So let's look at the initial results. Look at this ratio. Oops. It's too loud. Enough of that. Look at that ratio. 600, almost a million fucking downvotes to that. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. People overwhelmingly hated it, and it was for one reason alone. Now, why they decided to add Yasuke in the ages of modern woke entertainment is no surprise at all. It's no surprise. I mean, they wanted to just nudge gamers. They wanted to get a hit on gamers. They wanted to do a thing where they said, see, look what we can do. We can take your favorite games and you don't have a choice. Well, gamers did have a choice. And gamers exercised that right amazingly. Now, the stock bubbles and bumps, and it's actually gone up 12% in the last couple of days. But it is no denying over the last time since Assassin's Creed has been announced, the last year has been devastating for Ubisoft. And over the last 5 years, it's been even worse. I mean, look at that. They just cannot fucking get a break. And if Assassin's Creed Shadows was this massive success, it would have just shot up big time because they were banking on it. But after Skull and Bones and I was gonna say Assassin's Creed Outlaws, because they probably just rehashed an engine and made it that way. Star Wars Outlaws and Skull and Bones and Assassin's Creed Shadows, they just proved they cannot make video games anymore. They just don't have it. And look at this Steam. This is insanity. This is insanity how little people have an interest in it nowadays. Only a month after. It's been a month, hasn't it? March, April. Yeah. It's been only fucking out for a month. There's no way. It feels like it's been out for so long compared to that. March, April. Yeah, only a month. And you barely have 10K people playing it. That's a ridiculous statistic. Just an overwhelming lack of interest in the game. And of course, despite the fact that it's absolutely cratered Ubisoft stock since it came out, 20% in the last month. It was down 30% at one time. But I think that the stock is starting to level out with this Tencent deal. I mean, they needed Tencent to save them because they just utterly can't fucking make video games. They can't make profit. They are just floundering and fucking up because they have to inject this woke bullshit into these video games. So, yeah, I mean, it was going to be a problem for them. And, you can see that the sentiment is even the game journalists have kind of broken away. Look at this. They're quick to say, "Oh, it's the best game selling." It's like, why did Ubisoft stock crater? And look at this. You get even woke fucking dumbass journalists saying this kind of stuff. Uh, you know, Assassin's Creed players feel like the game is missing a ton of content. Assassin's Creed Shadows had a troubled development cycle. I wonder why. Is it because of the massive backlash because of Yasuke's inclusion? Possibly. Maybe that has to do with it. It can't be that. No way. No way. We can't. There's no way people are that discriminatory. Can't have that in today's world. Assassin's Creed Shadows is the franchise's most successful entry in some time. It's like, yeah, I mean, what does that tell you, that statement? Clearly has its frustrations, and pre-launch cycle was rough, but the game facing numerous delays, and Ubisoft likely be happy with how it performed compared to the other company's other titles. Really? So there's coping, there's all kinds of shit. Yeah, I mean, they did something to it. Remember they did that delay? They did something to it. I bet you there was more wokeness added to it. I bet you there was a lot more gayness. I bet you there was a bunch of stupid shit that Yasuke was somehow the savior of mankind and the best assassins. Maybe that's in it. I don't know. I've never fucking played this game. There's no way I would give in to this level of woke stupidity. And at the end of the day, it's just another Assassin's Creed game. You played one, you played them all basically. So yeah, new thread of the subreddit. Players discuss it. I've yet to initiate an attack or assassination while doing it. And Yasuke is not even a fucking assassin. He's just like a tank unit. Like, it's in the game, and he's not even a fucking assassin. It's so stupid. Yeah, so I mean, arguably the biggest potential piece of cut in HFSI's through though was the hideout. In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the base system felt alive with plenty to do. In Shadows, it feels like an afterthought. I mean, yeah, because they didn't have any passion making this game. What they did is they just built an engine around the fact that they used their technology to create a little woke fucking story, and it failed miserably. Now the real scandal, the real thank God for Elon Musk buying X, because what a place it has been to see the overwhelming disdain for this game on X, because man, some of the fights we've seen man, some of the fucking people that fight this and defend this game are just absolutely ludicrous. As you can see, Assassin's Creed with 5 million followers barely gets 50k views, barely gets any comments, barely gets any engagement, barely gets any shares. What the fuck? The numbers just speak for themselves. And let's look at this one from a day ago. Some of the comments here. Yasuke is Hayasen. Wait, they call it irresistible. You have to know that they curate all these comments. So some of this stuff, yo wild note in these comments. Here, wait. I'm gonna do a live troll here. People are still talking about this piece of shit. Yeah, I'm talking about it. You know why I'm talking about it? Because it needs to be discussed. I love video games. I play all kinds of awesome video games. And it's kind of fun to report and or make fun of this stuff. It's very weird what the video game industry is nowadays. So yeah, you have to just play around with it. Still knows there's so much for historical accuracy. Historical failure. Historical failure. A historical failure. It's like they still didn't do nothing. Oh my god, there's still just so much goddamn, the midi mid. Uh, the rope-a-dope. What the hell? Oh, show probable spam. So you know that they have the ability to knock this stuff down. Yeah. We're not going to go into that because some of the, I don't want to use the R word, but some of the things we've seen in this have brought, and Ubisoft did it to themselves, is they brought about just the vile aspects of people who are just so upset with the fact that they created such a piece of shit as Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's hilarious. So we want to know what's coming out post-launch, and they're gonna probably try and come out with some DLC. So that's their mo. They're gonna try and come out with DLC and say, hey, look, there's DLC for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Look, you can get a mouse and a fucking keyboard and mouse and that, and they're gonna try and prolong this suffering because right now on the Ubisoft's books, it's a huge red line saying you've lost all this money. So they're gonna try and do all these. They have it out. They have the software out. They're gonna try and paddle it as much as they can to try and recoup any of those costs. You're not placing 20 dogs in your hideout. Yeah, these are the exact type of people. These are the exact type of people that play this shit. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. 40 million players? I wonder, they said 40 million players for Assassin's Creed Shadows. For 3 million players, but they won't release the sales because they know that it's going to make them look bad. A lot of people were saying 2 million in sales or whatever, but they expected like a 10 million banger on this game. And they ultimately fucking just like, yeah, I don't know. It's proof of a gaming industry that's infected with wokeness to the fact that even these big studios are willing to go out of the way to try and ruin the established fans. Says, look at this shit. Today we're stopping this before Yasuke becomes his own galaxy. Whoa, look at Yasuke is the best. It's fucking hilarious. Let's see what some of the comments on this are. Look at the shit that these fucking idiots post in this Assassin's Creed thing. Okay, fine. We present Yasuke Galaxy. And then look at the watch you see the comments that come as if you do any criticism, go dumbass, go. He's gonna defend it to the death because it's got a black dude in it. Yeah, no kidding. How about you get a life, bro? Who the fuck goes into such a game to hate God, you pathetic motherfucker? They just fight. People fight and fight and fight. They love to fucking run their mouths. They love to be little cunts online. And, the truth of the matter is it's just a game that is over. Here, this is really hilarious. Watch this. Yeah. There it is. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Assassin's Creed Shadows personified. Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna have to keep that one. Just falls flat on its face. And the reason, everybody knows the reason Assassin's Creed Shadows failed. Everybody knows the reason that it threw off a list. It's because of Yasuke. It's like, We wanted a Japanese man in this game, and they just had to insert a black dude just because, yeah, that's, I mean, what are they? Are they saving? Are they saving black people by adding it? I don't know what their point is. I don't know why they wouldn't add a Japanese man. Do they think that adding is like, well, just because gamers don't want us to put in a black guy, we're gonna put in a black guy anyway. Is that their idea? And then you got retards like this fighting cowboy dipshit who's just like, stop ripping on Assassin's Creed Shadows. Look at that cocksucker. Oops, we can't even see him. Look at this fucking dumbass. Like this guy was crying because people were making fun of Assassin's Creed Shadows. He was literally whining to everyone, being like, don't make fun of this game. He's such a retard. And then you have shit like this. Now, this is no surprise to me. This is no surprise. It's all a scam. It's all a fucking special club. And if you're not in it, you have no right to an opinion. Yeah, you get dumbasses like Hassan Piker, who is the biggest leftist scumbag on earth. They're paying him 67K to fucking shill for it. You know, these two idiots, just gargling fucking Yasuke. Just gargling that fucking Yasuke to, for this. It's unbelievable. And it pisses you off. It's $67,000 to shill for that. Now, this guy is a popular streamer. He's a leftist fucking scumbag who somehow probably scammed his way to his millions of followers. What kind of dumbasses follow these people? Honestly. What kind of dumbasses would follow such obviously shitty human beings? I don't understand it. Look at this guy. This guy looks like he fucking, cheats on his wife. This guy looks like he's fucking, supporting terrorism. He literally is supporting fucking Hamas, isn't he? Like, I don't know. These people are truly scumbags, but this is the type of people that have infected our beloved industry. We have scumbags. Thank God for people like Asmongold and fucking Smash JT and fucking, other awesome dudes who are, at least trying to even the playing field. But we gotta call these fucking scumbags out. I mean, they're just gargling that Yasuke for 67, and Ubisoft's shelling out the minutes. You don't forget that they brought in influencers to events and pay them luxurious meals and fucking do all this other shit to try and get these fucking scumbags to promote their shit. Because in the internet world, all that matters is your followers. The more followers you have, the bigger of a person you are, and blah, 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 blah. So it doesn't matter what your morals are, what your ethics are, who you are as a person. As long as you have that follower count, that's all these fuckers care about. Ubisoft's literally promoting terrorism. Ooh, what are us? Now, I'll talk about the things they like to just sweep under the fucking rug, hey, these cunts. Look at what they do here. They fucking shut down a fucking Ubisoft Leamington. When I heard this story, I was like, no way. I was like, this is going to be the front page of, fucking gaming as this. After Ubisoft's, disastrous Shadows launch, blah, 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 hardcore, anger from the fans, they shut down the things. Ubisoft Leamington, formerly Freestyle Games Limited, is a British video game because of Leamington Spa. They closed down a studio, and nobody even talks about it. And would you look at that? Skull and Bones, Star Wars Outlaws. There was Assassin's Creed Shadows on this. There was. People looked into this. These people worked on Assassin's Creed Shadows and these other two games, which were all failures. And I mean, Far Cry 5 was a great game, but it marks that shift in the 2020s Where 2020s, all these woke fucking after the George Floyd riots and shit, all these scumbags started seeping into the gaming industry because there was this diversity and equity and inclusion thing where they were starting to just add people to positions of power that never really did anything to earn it and didn't really have any things. So you have stuff like this, yeah, I don't know. It's all bullshit, and the way Ubisoft conducts themselves right now is very vile. Hassan, complete scumbag. Assassin's Creed Shadows, ultimately an incredibly unsuccessful and hated game. It's incredible. It's truly incredible. Look at this comment of mine from 11 months ago. Remember, it only counts as diversity if it's A, a woman, B, a black person, C, LGBT. Isn't that fucking true? Those are only three diverse people. Anything else is offensive. We got to get rid of it. It's judgmental. We can't have that. So let's stop by for the end of this. At the end of Steam discussion page, an international battlefield of this. Anybody can just go on and this is gonna get banned. Doom, 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 doom. What was all the controversy about? Pretty much just dog whistles. What's the dog whistle thing? Is like one person, says it and everyone else. That's bullshit. To think that another YouTuber could influence a person's decisions, people gravitate to YouTubers because they generally agree with their sentiments and it resonates with them. So I mean, the yeah, the way that they conduct themselves is game crashes when I try and sell multiple things. But you're seeing an overall lack of interest in this. And it's just a battlefield. So there are obviously 4,000, players and bubble or discussions on this and stuff like that. Forum rules. Let's have a look at this. Inappropriate content, obvious stuff, naming and shaming, spamming, stay on topic, blah 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 blah. This is all saying that if you bring up anything woke or anti anything, they're gonna ban you for fucking doing that. So yeah, there is some very harsh sentiments towards the Assassin's Creed community of gamers toward from this game. Is that people know that what they were trying to do with this game. This was a game that was directly targeting right-leaning gamers because you think that we can't put a black dude in a feudal Japan game? Look what we can do. Just to spite us. That's all it is. Just to say, see what we can do. So let's look at some of the. I mean, this is just such a dead forum. Look at this. 36,000. It just shows how dead the community of Assassin's Creed Shadows is. 63 people exploring feudal Japan. It's fucking hilarious. Let's see the top of this week. This one is so hilarious. That's like, let's see if anybody does it. Let's see if anybody will say the. You always gotta go with controversial in Reddit because otherwise, the leap of failure. I would imagine if you said anything bad about Assassin's Creed Shadows on Reddit forum, they'll ban you. That's what happens with Reddit. If they don't agree with your opinion, they can just ban you. The rules are that there's Yasuke taught her that move. Boom, 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 boom. Leap of faith. People are discussing how you can actually do it. Oh yeah, look at this. A little skit about how the other people are the ones. Let's see what they're saying about this in the comments. This is a skit that hates on anybody. Oh, you can't discriminate against the game. You can't say anything bad about Assassin's Creed Shadow. Look at this. None of the controversial things. If Reddit didn't tell me the hate on this game, I would never know. Downvoted. Yeah, this is such a true statement. Of course, he's downvoted, and it had the fact that we asked for Assassin's Creed Shadows Second Decade, and once we got it, didn't have a Japanese main character is stupid. It's as stupid as releasing Assassin's Creed located now with a Japanese main character. Besides the morons that hate it for being black, there's still valid criticism. True. That's so true. Cope. Yeah, no kidding. Cope. There's so much cope coming from that because these people believe somehow that if they're defending Yasuke, they're defending, I don't know, they're saving black people. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what the. Uh, oh, this should be a good comment on a general PlayStation thing. Oh, this should be a really good comment. The dog. What players? What choice? No, it isn't published the numbers. Yeah, people are just calling out their bullshit, their stupidity. Not much Yeah, there wasn't. There's no competition for Assassin's Creed Shadows except for when Monster Hunter Wilds came out and just blew it out of the park. I mean, let's see, what is Monster Hunter Wilds Steam View? Look at the Monster Hunter Wilds. There's still 50,000, almost more people in than was in ever in Assassin's Creed Shadows playing on Steam. There's still 50,000 Monster Hunter Wilds players right now with 1.3 million peak players last month. So it just oops, we got rid of our music. That's fine. We're just about done this. I had to give Assassin's Creed Shadows its loyal send off. The stock cratering, the obvious financial failure, the hatred from the gaming community at the just incredibly stupid woke decision they made, the cratering player numbers, the cope from journalism, the fights erupting all over online from the shills defending it to the people giving a valid hatred towards it. It's hilarious. This is my favorite fucking one ever. Dude, we're gonna be silent. Dude, we're in Yasuke's house. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And retards defending it, retards defending it, shuttering studios, selling to Tencent, cope and seethe all over online. Assassin's Creed Shadows has just undeniably fucking failed. And this is my ending monologue where I'm just gonna rip it apart. They would have had so much more success and positivity of this game if they just had included a Japanese male. It's so simple, but they have to be racist. They are actually racist by adding Yasuke. They're racist because they are making it all about race. And it deeply offensive to Japanese culture, but nobody wanted to listen to Japanese people when they said they were offended by that. Because why? Because you can only be offensive towards one race now, it seems. And that is devoutly unfair. That is completely and utterly unfair that somehow it's just impossible for this stuff to be considered racist or racist towards white people, racist towards Japanese people. It's like that doesn't even exist, you know? So I think that it's unfair. I'm offended by this game. Japanese people are offended by this game. And fuck you, Ubisoft, for making such a piece of shit.